your friends! Tell your foes! Tell every motherfucker you know! From your brother to your sister to your missus and your side hoes! We are God!
Warning. Papa Zaku is a professional moron. Do not take anything he says or does seriously. Everything he does is for comedical purposes and for a joke. Or is it? I don't know. That's for you to find out. After all, I'm not your dad!
Good day, silly billies! Yes, that's what I'm going to start calling you guys from now on, because if you're watching me, you must be a pretty silly billy, am I right? Like, what an idiot. But welcome back to another episode of WeRGod.fm. I am your host, as always, Papa Zaku. And as you can see, I am wearing my conspiracy theorist hippie trippy poncho because we've got a bit of a interesting video that I want to talk about today. Again, full disclosure, this is another video where I'm probably going to go on a few different tangents. I'm probably going to be all over the place in it. So if you can't keep up at the moment, that's on you. But hopefully you get there soon. You just haven't been as wide as I am, you know, like fucking... jokes. So I want to talk today about a few things. But mainly I want to talk about my book of Revelations and all the revelations that I've been having recently. And the first one, which I want to rip the band-aid off right now, right here, right everywhere, is yes, we are God. We are God. But by being God, we are also everything else. We are God, we are the angels, we are the in-betweens, we are our demons, and most importantly, we are the devil too. We are all of it. And we are also, obviously, a human in this flesh bag, you know? And that's where it becomes interesting. Because as much as we are God and we are great and we are these amazing creatures, we are also temptation, we are also greed and envy and all these things that we don't want to be, right? And sometimes we don't realize within ourselves when we are those things and when we are being an enabler or when we are pushing someone to a limit that they're not comfortable with, you know, whether it's offering them another drink or another smoke or something when they're trying to quit, or if it's trying to push someone to come out to something when they're too tired or they don't want to, or even when you're trying to get someone else out without you being there and you try and manipulate the situation so to get them out. Like, we all do very toxic things, you know? But the first step of realizing is by realizing and being accountable for your actions and realizing that it's fine to make those mistakes, it's fine to have those moments as long as you do repent in whatever way you need to, whether it's taking some time to yourself or apologizing and being straight up. But with apologizing, you need to mean it and actually go through with your apology, because an apology and then keep doing the same thing is a toxic trait. It's a devil trait, and we on this channel are trying to focusing on becoming the God-like beings that we're destined to be, you know. And another thing on that is pride and ego and all those type of things. Obviously, it's good to have those. I'm a strong believer that you should have an ego, you should have pride, but at the same time, there's a balance of it, you know. You can't have too much of anything. And I think that's a big thing, you know. For someone who has had this big God complex and this big hero complexes and all these things, I'm getting to the point where, again, we are God. We are all God, you know. I liked for such a long time, and I've spoken about this on other videos a little bit, but I'll touch a bit more on it. But for such a long time, I used to think that I was this chosen one, you know. I am the one who's going to show the world everything and everyone's going to see it and everyone's going to get it. But that might not be entirely true. And I've said this to a few friends. I believe in one of my friends, A Killer Machine, that I believe that he's low-key the chosen one and he just doesn't even know it yet. But he's still getting there and he's still taking his own self-journey of discovery to get to that point. But he's not going to learn that yet, and he's not going to learn that from me telling him. He's going to learn that from his own life experiences, just like I've learned. And then I got to that point where I thought, this is it. I'm the God. I'm Jesus. I'm all of it, you know? But that's the thing, like, Jesus even said that he is not the king of the Jews. He's not the king of the people. Even though everyone kept saying that to him, he kept telling them, no, I'm not. I know that I am a higher place up there in the heavens, and I know that that my words are going to help us all get there. But again, he was just the Son of God, you know, and that's if you believe that. Jesus, at the end of the day, was just a prophet, just like all of us. One thing that I've realized is that, and one of my big revelations is, again, we are all God. We are all going to have those moments where we're the hero, or we're the bad guy, or we're the whatever, you know. And just because I've been having a lot of them doesn't mean that, oh, this is it. This means that I'm never going to have anyone, and I have to be this omnious, asexual being that has no lovers and no nothing, because everyone else is going to go be happy and have their happy endings. Because, and see how toxic that sounds, thinking that everyone's going to have happy endings and I'm going to be the one who gives everyone their happy endings, but I'm never going to get any of that in return. And who said? And why do I make that so depressing? And why do I make that so thing, when really, no, again, we are all God. And I feel that's the thing, you know, especially in our modern day matrix, or whatever you want to call it, that we're in right now. It's different to how it was back in the day, because in those Jesus times and all that, there was less amounts of personalities, you know. You still had your good, your bad, and your in between, and you had your flamboyant and blah blah, but it was less and it was more thing. Now that we live in this complicated society where there's so many subcategories of literally every single thing, and everyone wants to be labeled and wants to have a different way of feeling like they're the most special, it's silly, because we all are really special, you know. All of us have so many amazing and beautiful qualities, but we just want to share it with the world in our own way and when we're ready. And some people take a lot longer than others, and that's completely fine. But yeah, again, we are God. We are God. I know I say that in every video, and it's because it's the truth. And it's really awesome to hear myself fully believing it, you know, not thinking that, yeah, we are God, but I'm number one low key, because that's so toxic, bro. And by having those thoughts, you start putting too many expectations on yourself and too many goals and things which are just too unreachable, you know. You start thinking that you got to do all these things and you got to do all this and this and this, when really you just got to enjoy your time, and your time will shine when you have to be the God for that situation, and then there's times where other people will get to be the God for the situation. And that's the beauty of it. That's the thing with our matrix and our simulation that we're in right now, where every single person is slowly waking up and slowly finding their right place in it, where they can use their powers to bring into the We Are God system, you know? Because there's only so much I can do. There's certain things that I know that I'm never going to be able to fully preach. And if I sit there and preach that constantly, things that I can't do, I'm going to sound like a hypocrite, you know what I mean? But there's other people that are slowly coming in and slowly getting there, which are able to preach those things. And it's slowly going to get bigger and better, you know? Because, like, yeah, just like Jesus had his disciples, his followers, that I believe that every single one of them had the potential to be the Jesus of the story, you know? All of them had their ups and downs and stuff. Because also, if you look at the Bible, there's not much stories about Jesus's younghood, you know. There's maybe one or two stories here and there, but like most of it's from his like 30s upwards. And the thing with like characters like him is that obviously they're going to sound great on paper, because all of his friends and lovers and people that were close to him were the ones that told those stories. So obviously they're going to depict him in a good light, just like Jesus would have done for them, because that is their bro, you know? And that's the thing, like, yeah, not any of us is the chosen one. We are all the chosen one. We're just getting there. We're just trying to find a way. And I'm just here trying to push that path, trying to help as many people get that, so that whether it is me that's the chosen one, or it's Joe Blow down the road, or fucking A Killer Machine, or even my boy Buckets, like, any of them could be that chosen one. And I'm going to be there to support them on their journey to be the chosen one, you know what I mean? It's a real beautiful concept, and I'm practicing it every day. Instead of thinking me, think we, because we are God, baby. Ugh. I feel like there's more to this that I could get out right now, but at the moment, that's all for now. Oh, actually, yeah, on that topic, going back to the first main topic, you know, we are God. We are God, we are Satan, we are everything in between. And it's something that a friend of mine told me a while ago, and it's in the Bible as well, where it believes that, yeah, Satan takes over people who want control. And for a very long time I thought that was only referring to the government, because the government's in control and we all know that they're a bunch of evil fucking pricks. But it's not just the government. Satan takes control of whoever wants control, and that's all of us. And if you have controlling aspects of you, the devil's gonna fucking latch onto that, and they're gonna intensify that, and they're gonna make it worse. And again, you can't blame the devil, you can't blame anything, because that is you, brother. That is you. You know? There's no thing except you. You define who you want to be. Whether you want to be a satanic cunt or you want to be a gracious higher being. And only you can choose that. No one else. We are God. That's all. And we're slowly getting to that point. Very, very surely, but slowly. And it's good. Now, as always, I could sit here and talk for ages, but I thought I'd leave it on this because I feel like there's going to be a lot more coming up shortly. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Give it a share. Share it with your nan. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with whoever the hell you want. This has been your host as always, Papa Zaku. I hope to see you back here next time with hopefully some more gods beside me. Peace and love, guys.
It's Papa Zaku, motherfucker. It's Papa Zaku, bitch. Let's get some pussy tonight. Ta! Perfect way to get back into Brisbane, guys. Let's go. Double shotgun.
It's just like when you suck two dicks.
What the fuck happened? You turned into fucking William Wallace, brother. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!